to subtracting fractions with regrouping. Make sure that whatever comes up on the board, you write it in your notes. Okay? So, the steps we're going to do today are step 1, line up the problem vertically, just like we did on Friday with the mixed numbers. Then you're going to find the common denominator. Okay? Step 3 is you're going to regroup the first number or borrow. Step 4 is you're going to rewrite the first fraction as a fraction with the common denominator, add the numerators, and then subtract. So of course we're going to do some examples so you know what we're talking about. So we have 7 minus 2 and 3/4. For this problem, you can't take away 3/4 from nothing. So you're going to borrow 1 whole from the 7. So if you borrow a whole from the 7, that will make this 6. Okay? You are going to use that 1 whole and write it as a fraction. You see that the denominator here is 4, and you know when you're subtracting fractions, you have to have a common denominator. So our new fraction is going to be 4/4, okay, because that is 1 whole, 4/4. So now we can subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1, keep the denominator. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 and 1/4 is the answer. Okay, next one. We have 4 and 5/12 minus 2 and 5/6. So we don't have a common denominator, but we can change it. The common multiple between 12 and 6 is 12. So we're going to change 6 to 12, and you do that by multiplying by 2. 5 times 2 is 10. So now we have 5 minus 10. We know we cannot do that, so we are going to borrow from the 4, which makes that a 3. Make sure you do show that you are canceling this 4 out and it's making it a 3. Now you are going to just add whatever the denominator is that we changed to. We changed that to 12. You're going to add that to the top. So 5 plus 12 is 17 over, and keep the denominator 12. Now we can subtract. 17 minus 10 is 7. Keep the denominator of 12. You have 3 minus 2, which is 1. So you have 1 and 7/12. Okay. Another one. We have 5 minus 1 and 8/9. Okay. So 5 minus 1 and 8/9. You cannot take 8/9 away from nothing. So we're going to borrow 1 whole from the 5, which makes this a 4. And what will the whole look like as a fraction now? It will look like 9/9. And when we subtract, 9 minus 8 is 1. Keep the denominator of 9. 4 minus 1 is 3. Remember to always show that you're canceling out the whole number that is there because you're changing it to the fraction that you need. Okay? Let's do one more together, and then you're going to try some on your own. You have 4.5 minus 3 and 7/9. Okay? So we need a common denominator between 2 and 9. What's a common denominator between 2 and 9? 18. What do we do with the 2 to get to 18? We multiplied by 9. Remember, whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. 1 times 9 is 9. What did you do with the 9 to get to 18? You multiplied by 2. Whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. 7 times 2 is 14. So now we have 9 minus 14. We can't do that, so we are going to borrow 1 whole from the 4, and that makes that a 3. Okay? So 1 whole from the 4, we're going to add whatever the denominator is to the numerator. 9 plus 18 is what? 27 over 18. 27 minus 14 is 13 over 18. 3 minus 3 is 0, so you don't have to bring anything down. The answer here is 13/18. Okay. You guys try this one on your own. You can pause the video and then start it up when everyone is finished to check your answers. Okay, so we have 6 1/3 minus 2 5/6. We need the common denominator. What's the common denominator that we would use? 6 is correct. Okay, we don't do anything with the bottom fraction because 6 is already what we are using. To get from 3 to 6, you multiplied by 2. 1 times 2 is 2. We cannot subtract 5 from 2, so we're going to borrow from the 6. Remember to mark it out and put the 5. And add 6 to the numerator. 6 plus 2 is 8. Keep the denominator of 6. 8 minus 5 is 3. Denominator 6. 5 minus 2 is 3. So we have 3 3/6. But what is wrong with this? This is not simplified. 3/6 can be simplified by 3. So your final answer, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And carry over your whole number, you get 3 1/2. Okay, try another one on your own. Pause the video and then you can check it. Okay, so we have 3 minus 1 4/5. Remember, you cannot bring 4/5 straight down because it's like saying 0 minus 4/5. So we're going to borrow 1 whole from the 3, which makes that a 2. And the whole that we're going to use here is 5 over 5 because the denominator here is 5. When we subtract, 5 minus 4 is 1. Keep the denominator of 5. 2 minus 1 is 1. So your answer is 1 1/5. Okay. Try the next 3. Try this next one on your own. I know it's not in your notes, but find a open space and just try this one and then check it. You can pause the video. Okay, common denominator between 8 and 3 is 24. To get from 8 to 24, you multiplied by 3. Let's move this down some. You multiplied by 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. To get from 3 to 24, you multiplied by 8. 8 times 2 is 16. You can't take away 16 from 15, so you're going to borrow, rename that a 4, and add 24 because that's what your denominators are to your numerator. 15 plus 24 is 39. Okay, so 39 minus 16 is 23 over 24. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 and 23 24ths. Okay, remember, if the numerator on the bottom is bigger than the numerator on the top, you have to borrow. If you have a question, you can go to the computer and rewatch this lesson, or you can start on your homework. Remember to always simplify your answers and show that you are borrowing.